TK Luxury Auto welcomes you to another exclusive showcase, and today we are taking a close look at the Audi RS6-LE ABT, one of 200 for 2025, a car that represents the extreme end of the high-performance luxury wagon world. This is not a regular RS6 performance. This is ABT's very limited, heavily tuned, visually transformed and power-amplified special edition with only 200 units made globally, which makes the very presence of this car something rare to even see on camera. The RS6-LE ABT keeps the basic avant body style of the RS6 but changes the personality completely through both performance and visual aggression. The stance is wider, the aero is sharper, the carbon content is heavier, and the attitude of the car feels closer to a supercar dressed as a family estate rather than a fast executive wagon. Power comes from the same 4.0-liter twin-turbo V8 that sits in all RS6 versions, but ABT upgrades the turbos, intercooler, EQ and supporting hardware to push output toward roughly 760 horsepower and up to 980 Nm of torque. That level allows the car to launch from 0 to 100 in around 3.1 seconds despite its wagon body, and still pull beyond 310 km/h at the top end depending on region spec and tire setup. These numbers place it directly into the realm of supercars, even though it carries space for luggage and rear passengers without compromise. Visually, the RS6-LE ABT looks nothing like a sleeper. The front end is reshaped with deeper vents and more carbon. The bonnet gets cooling-oriented inserts. The side skirts and wheel arches push the body outward. The wheels are large forged performance rims, and the rear receives an aggressive diffuser with a purposeful roof spoiler. The car communicates intent even when parked. There is no confusion about its status as something above the ordinary 6 rupees. Inside, ABT adds branded upholstery elements, steering wheel finishes, floor mats, illuminated sills and carbon trim extensions while preserving the practical layout and full digital luxury of the Audi cockpit. So even with the performance extreme, the cabin remains usable for everyday driving. This duality is the core personality of the RS6-LE. It is wild without deleting comfort. It is exotic without removing practicality. That contrast is the magnet for people who choose this car over a coupe or supercar with 2 seats. In real-world driving, an upgrade of this level means effortless high speed on open roads, massive mid-range punch for overtakes, near-instant throttle response, and a sound profile that reminds you this is not a stock setup. Yet the suspension and insulation still allow long trips without fatigue. The ABT package does make the ride stiffer and the running cost higher through tires, brakes and fuel consumption, but the buyers of a 1 of 200 collectible are not concerned with economy. They are buying presence, rarity, speed and psychological satisfaction. The appeal is not only mechanical. The investment aspect is real because extremely limited tuner editions tied to respected brands like ABT often retain or rise in value when kept in proper condition. That makes this car interesting to both enthusiasts and collectors. The RS6-LE ABT becomes more than a machine. It becomes an owned piece of a short production run that will not be repeated in the same form. For viewers searching for a car that looks brutal, performs like a supercar, carries a family, feels handcrafted, and will not be seen on every street, this RS6-LE sits in a tiny league of its own. Only 200 people in the world will feel this exact configuration in their garage, and that scarcity is part of the emotional hook. If you enjoy these in-depth visual reviews, performance breakdowns and future luxury car showcases, make sure you subscribe so you never miss the upcoming videos on TK Luxury Auto. TK Luxury Auto welcomes you to another exclusive showcase, and today we are taking a close look at the Audi RS6-LE ABT, one of 200 for 2025, a car that represents the extreme end of the high-performance luxury wagon world. This is not a regular RS6 performance. This is ABT's very limited, heavily tuned, visually transformed and power-amplified special edition.